Hey everyone, I'm a man in my 40s, and right now, my only wish is for the happiness of the one person who sacrificed everything for me. If you were to ask people who that devoted person is, most would probably say their mother or father, but for me, I have someone even more precious than my parents, my sister. Recently, my sister and I, a pair who faced tearful struggles, went through a shocking incident. That event changed the wish I hold in my heart. I'm going to tell you the story of what happened right now. Our family was destitute from the time I was a child, living in rented rooms and constantly struggling. We had another source of pain: my mother wasn't there. I grew up without ever seeing my mother's face. She left home before I even turned 1. My sister is 7 years older than me. Even though she was just a young child herself, she remembers the moment our mother left vividly. Mom ran away after having an affair. Hearing my sister talk about how she just cried, watching our mother's back as she walked away with her packed bags, broke my heart. With such a difficult family background, we had no choice but to grow up hard. Our father, exhausted from working outside to earn money, couldn't properly look after us. My sister and I were essentially abandoned, left to fend for ourselves without the care of our parents. At school, I was teased by messy, thoughtless kids my age, and I didn't have a single friend. When I came home, heartbroken and crying, my sister would always hug me. "Sis, why are we so poor? Why don't I have a mom?" My friends always tease me because I don't have a mom. "I don't want to go to school." "Deoksu, you still have to go to school. Even if you don't want to go, you have to go, study hard, and learn, okay?" A much greater tragedy struck our family when I was 13 years old. Our father, who worked at a construction site, suddenly passed away from tuberculosis. Since we were barely managing on the occasional money he earned, his sudden absence was the biggest blow we could have faced. My sister was just 20 then. Right after becoming an adult, she had to bear the burden of being the head of the household. She ended up going to work in a factory and started raising me. From that point on, my sister essentially lived her life for me, sacrificing everything. The money she earned working long overtime shifts at the factory was spent solely on me. Fearful that others might look down on me, she never bought a single new piece of clothing for herself, but she always made sure I had nice clothes and shoes. "Deoksu, try these on. I bought them on my way home from work, and I think they'll look great on you. Hurry, try them on." "Sis, aren't these expensive? All the kids wear these days, right? Everyone says you have to have them. Just put them on quickly." I kept thinking how good they'd look on our Deoksu on the way home. "Wow, they really suit you. I'm so glad I bought them, sis." "What about yours? Didn't you buy anything for yourself?" "You need new shoes, too." "I'm fine, Deoksu. I'm always at the factory. Why would I need new shoes?" "I'll get some later, I promise. You go to school and wear shoes all the time, right?" Thanks to my sister's love, I was able to have a high school life that was no different from anyone else's. My sister and I often visited our father's grave together. Whenever we went to the place where he lay, I felt an inexplicable sense of peace. While my sister was usually a rock-solid adult, she turned into a crying little girl at Dad's grave. That side of her somehow made me feel better. "Dad, why haven't you shown up in my dreams lately? I have so much to tell you." "Dad, I'm earning good money now. It must have been so hard for you to work alone. I wish I could give you a big hug. I miss you so much, Dad." Watching her hug Dad's large grave, too big for her arms, and cry, I often thought about how heavy and difficult the burden of her life must be. For my sister, who was living the tough and overwhelming life of a breadwinner, I knew I couldn't go astray. From that moment, I studied with everything I had. As a student, the only way I could make my sister happy was by doing well in school. Whenever I brought home excellent report cards, my sister would light up with the brightest smile. I think I studied even harder because I loved seeing that look on her face. One day, I even ranked first in all my subjects. My sister boasted about it relentlessly to her colleagues at the factory. I still remember that moment. Deoksu, when I went to the factory and bragged about this, you wouldn't believe how jealous everyone was. Deoksu, you are your sister's pride and joy. Thanks to you, I was so proud at work. You did so well, Deoksu, so well. Sis, you're that happy? You seem even happier than when you get a pay raise. Of course, your success is my greatest happiness, Deoksu. Don't worry about anything else, just focus on studying hard. This sister will make sure you can do anything you want, got it? Like that, my sister became both my mother and my father. Living together, my sister and I made many cherished memories. Yes, there were times when life was hard, and we cried in each other's arms, but the happy, good memories are the ones that last. During holidays, we'd spend all day, busy, making our own version of traditional holiday foods. We didn't really cook for holidays when we were young, but after my sister heard her coworkers talk about it at the factory, she started making them herself. Once, she asked me to help her make the holiday food together. I think I was in middle school then. We were two people who had never cooked before, so how good could we be? The whole house ended up covered in pancake mix and egg wash, but somehow, we were still incredibly happy. Deoksu, you're good at studying, but what is this? Why did all the egg coating fall off? Did you forget to coat it with flour first? Our Deoksu is capable, but cooking is definitely not your thing. Oh, come on, sis, look who's talking. You're no better right now. Look at yours. If we take those to Dad's grave, won't Dad wake up just to complain? Humph, what's wrong with mine? It tastes good, doesn't it? Deoksu, it's really fun though, isn't it? It feels like a real holiday. This must be why people make holiday food. We overcame our difficult lives by building small, warm memories like these. I actually wanted to grow up quickly and lighten my sister's burden. I wanted to join her at the factory right after high school, and start earning money immediately. But my sister said she wanted me to have a better job. We even fought about this in high school. Deoksu, why are you saying you won't study? Huh, you have to study, get a good job, and be successful. Why are you suddenly saying you won't study? Sis, you're suffering so much just to make a living. How can I keep studying? No, I'm done. I'll just graduate from high school and start working right away. I'm going to earn money. What are you talking about? Absolutely not. Deoksu, you are strictly forbidden. I promised Dad I would make sure you graduated from college. So, no way. Don't make your sister upset. She told me, no matter what, never to mention giving up school to earn money again. My sister sacrificed her whole life just to support me. She never wavered, even when I brought it up, and she did everything she could to help me focus only on my studies. Finally, just as my sister wished, I studied hard and was admitted to medical school. The reason I hesitated to go to medical school, even though I wanted to, was because of the tuition. Medical school tuition per semester was no small amount, and I thought it would be impossible for our family. But my sister must have planned for my college graduation since I was very young. Because she had been steadily saving money, little by little, thanks to her, I was able to enter medical school, and I studied even harder after that. I had to get a scholarship no matter what, so I focused only on studying, unable to spare a thought for anything else. I was a young man at the time, so of course, I wanted to go out and have fun, but I simply couldn't. One day, I saw my sister come home late after working overtime. The moment I saw her walk through the front door, I was horrified. Blood was pouring from her nose. Sis, you have a nosebleed, a nosebleed. Oh, I had a wet feeling a while ago, and here's another one. What, sis? Have you been getting nosebleeds often? Since when? Has this been happening recently? Did you go to the hospital? Deoksu, hey, I'm fine. Maybe it's just because I've had a lot of work lately. Oh, I'm fine. What do you mean, you're fine? Blood is gushing out like this. Sis, aren't you overdoing it lately? Take some time off. I can get a scholarship next semester, so why are you pushing yourself so hard? How can I rest when I don't know what tomorrow holds? I'm fine. For our Deoxu, this little nosebleed is nothing, so don't worry. My sister just smiled and comforted me, even as her nose, mouth, and hands were covered in blood. I can't tell you how much I cried that day, while I was studying, oblivious to everything. My sister was living that fierce life for me behind the scenes. I couldn't let her sacrifice be in vain. I had no choice but to study with all my might, since becoming a doctor required a longer training period than other careers. My sister's hardship was prolonged. I wanted to give my sister everything. The first thing I bought her after becoming a specialist was a pair of designer shoes. I had been helping with living expenses with the wages I earned occasionally before that, but I specifically wanted to buy her proper shoes. Only after I was firmly established in my career, I bought the expensive, high-quality designer shoes and headed home. When my sister came home from work, I immediately presented the gift to her. I was actually nervous that she might refuse the gift, but her reaction was unexpected. What is this? Ah, these are shoes for you, sis. Remember when we were little, you always bought me brand name shoes? You would wear worn-out market sneakers, but you always bought me the expensive ones. Do you remember, sis? That bothered me for so long. I wanted to succeed and buy you the most expensive shoes first. You'll accept them, won't you, sis? Deoxu, that bothered you all this time? She hugged the box containing the designer shoes and started sobbing uncontrollably. I was completely taken aback. Sis, why are you crying? Are you crying because I bought expensive shoes? No, I'm so happy, so happy. I'm crying because I'm just so happy. I feel so happy because now I have something I can finally tell Dad. The sight of her happily trying on those shoes was one of the greatest joys I've ever known. After that, I worked diligently as a doctor. I made a proposition to my sister. I didn't want to see her struggle anymore. Sis, now you should rest and take it easy. You've worked hard for over 10 years, only working. How about taking a break? Sis, it breaks my heart to see you still going to the factory and working. Is that so, Deoxu? My life is my choice. You or anyone else isn't living my life for me. Do you think I've only sacrificed for you? No, I've never regretted the choices I've made. I'm just doing what I can do. So Deoxu, you live your own life from now on. Even though I regularly gave her money for living expenses, my sister's lifestyle barely changed. She still worked hard at the factory, saving the remaining money I gave her. Seeing her like that, I was determined to live an even better life. When I was in my late 30s, my sister cautiously brought up a topic. It was about marriage. Deoxu, are you seeing anyone these days? You don't seem to have a girlfriend, and are you planning on never getting married? Marriage? Come on, sis, you haven't gotten married, so why should I? I'll think about it once you get married. This sister doesn't want to get married. I'm going to live alone forever, but you should get married and start a family. It's the last wish your sister has for you. Above all else, I want you to start a happy, stable family. Hey, why are you like this, sis? Are you finally tired of me? Yes, this sister wants to live comfortably alone now, so you need to find a good person and get married quickly. I actually hadn't thought about marriage. Our family had been so troubled, and I constantly wondered if I could even create and maintain a good family. So, I hadn't even dreamed of marriage. But one day, my sister started bringing up the topic of marriage constantly. She looked for blind dates and asked if I wanted to be introduced to anyone, because she wanted me to have a stable family. Perhaps my sister's wish reached the heavens, because an opportunity came my way. I sometimes went on medical volunteer trips at the hospital, and there, I met a woman from another organization. At first, I just thought, she must be very dedicated to volunteering, because I saw her every time I went. Then one day, we were all eating together at a town hall, and she spoke to me. "Excuse me, are you the doctor?" "Ah, yes, what's the matter?" "Oh, nothing major, but could you take a look at this? I bumped into something earlier, and it hurts when I move it." "Ah, just a moment." That's how I ended up checking her injury. From that day on, whenever I went volunteering, we would greet each other and ask how the other was doing. Once the ice was broken, we became close instantly. She worked at a major corporation and had a very bright and lively personality. I'm a quiet, static type, so I became curious about this woman, who was the exact opposite of me. We exchanged numbers, and eventually, we started meeting privately outside of volunteering. As we ate meals together, I realized she was genuinely gentle and kind. She had grown up in a small, rural village, and said she had also studied hard only to achieve success. The truth is, my family struggled, so all I wanted was to get into a big company. I studied hard, graduated from college, and got into a major corporation, but once I was there, I felt empty. I achieved my goal, but what was I supposed to do next? Those thoughts came over me. That's when I started volunteering. Doing volunteer work, I felt my heart truly warm and grow. Since then, I've consistently gone on these trips. Really? Ah Young, you are an amazing person. I also worked incredibly hard to become a doctor. My family situation wasn't great either. Both my parents are gone, and my sister raised me all by herself. She was practically my mother. I came this far because I wanted to show my sister that I succeeded, no matter what. Wow, you are truly a wonderful person. They say there are so many people who don't appreciate the sacrifices made for them, but Deoksu, you seem like a genuinely warm-hearted and good person. The two of us started meeting frequently and eventually developed into a couple. My girlfriend was living alone. Since both of us were busy with work, we couldn't meet often, but whenever we did, we made sure to spend quality time together. My girlfriend, in particular, was very good with her hands. Whenever the weather was nice, we would go to the park, and she would always pack a lunch. I had truly never met anyone who could cook so delicately and well. Wow, Ah Young, did you really make this? Wow, this is so beautiful. Let me try it. Wow, this is really delicious. How can it look so beautiful and taste this good? Is it that good? It makes me happy to see you like it so much. I had to wake up at dawn to make this today, so I worked hard, but I'm so happy if you enjoy it. Oppa. Ah Young, thank you so much. I never do anything for you. Seriously, thank you. You must have worked so hard waking up at dawn to make this. Instead, let me buy you a gift. Just tell me anything you want. Oh, that's okay. Why would you buy me anything? I'm so happy and content, just spending intimate time with you like this, Oppa. My girlfriend truly never asked much of me. Even on her birthday, she would refuse if I tried to buy her something. In fact, her behavior made me feel even more grateful and fond of her. I felt a desire to do more for her, just as I felt that way for my sister. I wanted to give my everything to my girlfriend as well. One Christmas during our relationship, I gave her an expensive necklace. Her reaction that day was truly touching. Ta-da! Ah Young, I bought this because I thought it would suit you. You keep refusing gifts, but this is a Christmas present, so you'll accept it, won't you? Oppa, thank you. This is really touching. Actually, I have a present for you, too. Here, this is yours, and this is for your sister. What, you got something for my sister, too? Of course, if she's precious to you, she's precious to me, too. I haven't met your sister yet, but since it's Christmas, I prepared something. It's not expensive, I just wanted to show her my heart. I was so moved, seeing her care not only for me but also for my sister, whom she hadn't even met, made me think, ah, this is the person I want to spend my life with. I decided to marry her and proposed. My girlfriend happily accepted my proposal. I started dreaming of a rosy future. The first place I went after deciding to marry was my girlfriend's house. Her hometown was in the countryside, a place that required a 2-hour train ride and then even more travel. When I arrived to greet them, it was a rural village surrounded by endless rice fields. My future in-laws were her father, mother, and a younger sister. The future sister-in-law was working in another region at the time, so I didn't get to see her face. Instead, her parents welcomed me warmly. "You went through a lot today. Come on in. So, you want to marry our daughter?" Thank you. Our daughter has been struggling alone in a foreign place, and I'm so grateful you care about her like this." "Oh, no, not at all. I'm the one who is so happy these days thanks to Ah Young. I apologize for not coming to greet you sooner." No, it's okay. You worked hard to get here, so let's eat something delicious first. Our local Makgeolli rice wine is very good. Have a cup." I sat with my future in-laws, drinking Makgeolli and having a pleasant time. Since the first greeting was so successful, I thought the wedding would be smooth sailing. My future in-laws immediately gave their blessing. Afterward, I introduced my fiancé to my sister. The day we went to see my sister, my fiancé was especially dressed up. Carrying homemade cookies, we headed to the restaurant, where my sister was waiting. After we arrived, exchanged greetings, and talked, my sister was strangely quiet. Her expression didn't look good. My fiancé kept trying to lighten the mood, but the atmosphere just didn't improve. After the first meeting ended like that, I sent my fiancé home first and went to my sister's place. The moment I arrived, my sister grabbed me and asked Byaksu, "Are you absolutely sure your girlfriend is a good person? I can tell what kind of person someone is, you know." Even when she was smiling, something felt cold about her. "Are you really sure she's okay?" "What's wrong? Ah Young does so much volunteer work. She's genuinely a kind person. She's someone who has only studied and worked at a big company until now. She's a good person. Why are you like this?" "No, I don't know about anything else, but there was something strange about her eyes." She kept nervously trying to gauge my reactions. "Are you sure she's a good person?" "Oh, yes, I'm sure. I even went to her family's home, and they are genuinely nice people." "Don't worry, sis. You're just hearing too many bad stories from people around you." At the time, I just thought my sister was suspicious, because her concern for me was getting ahead of her. I knew my sister was good at reading people, but I thought she was wrong this time and just let it go. My fiancé tried even harder to win my sister's approval. I thought we would just grow closer after the wedding, but my fiancé said she couldn't get married with an uneasy feeling, so she wanted to become closer to my sister. So, on my days off, we tried to eat meals and spend time together at my sister's house. But the more time they spent together, the more suspicious my sister became of my fiancé. One day, while we were eating, my sister suddenly started asking about my fiancé's job. "So, which department do you work in?" "I know someone whose sibling works there. I thought maybe you might know them." "Oh, I'm in marketing." "Oh, marketing. But even within marketing, there must be many teams. What exactly do you do?" "Ah, well, what I do isn't meant to be externally disclosed. It's a project currently in preparation, so I can't talk about it freely. I'm sorry. You can just think of it as the marketing department." My sister kept prying, asking detailed questions about her job, family, and everything else. My fiancé seemed extremely flustered at first. I just couldn't understand why my sister kept guarding against my fiancé. My fiancé seemed kind and innocent to everyone else, and I thought my sister was being unfair. When I asked around, people told me that since I was a doctor, my sister probably just wanted me to marry someone even better. I started to wonder if my sister was truly thinking that way. "Sis, why are you acting like this lately? Aren't you being too harsh on Ah Young? You're not thinking Ah Young isn't good enough for me, are you? Ah Young is the person I truly love. I've been with her for over a year, and I've never met a better person. Can't you just look at her with an open heart? No, I just have a strange feeling. You've been watching her for months, sis. Ah Young has been consistently good, and we haven't fought once in a year. She hates unnecessary formalities during wedding prep and insists on keeping everything simple, even refusing gifts I offer. What is it that you dislike so much? Sis, I care about Ah Young as much as I care about you. Can you please just give her a chance? Finally, I expressed my true feelings to my sister, and she stopped openly treating my fiancé with suspicion. Even then, I thought my sister was overreacting. My fiancé was truly the kind of person everyone around us envied. Since my sister and I had no other close relatives, we didn't have many people to invite to the wedding. Considering this, we decided to have a small wedding, with just a few close acquaintances. We also prepared for the marriage, simply, without any extravagance in gifts or wedding formalities. Most women want to try out various things when preparing for a wedding, but my fiancée had absolutely no desire for that. Instead, she was considerate of me and accommodated all my needs. I saw my fiancée as an angel. 1 month before the wedding, my sister suddenly grabbed my arm as I was leaving for work. Then she told me something unexpected. Deoksu, you know Ah Young's birthday and things like that, right? Write it down for me quickly, right here. Huh. Why all of a sudden? Are you trying to check our compatibility now? The wedding is almost here. Why would you need to check compatibility? It's obvious, we're a great match. Oh, it's for a reason. Don't ask why, and don't mention it to Ah Young. It might make her uncomfortable. Just write it down and go. You know where her hometown is, right? The region and roughly the village. Write that down too. My sister suddenly started asking for my fiancé's personal information. I was confused about why she was doing this, but I was busy leaving for work, and I just figured she was curious as family, so I quickly wrote it down. I had no idea then that it would change my life. 1 month later, I got married. We had a happy wedding with many congratulations from acquaintances. After the wedding, we moved straight into our newlywed home. We actually didn't go on a honeymoon. It was partly due to my schedule, but my wife also didn't want to go from the start. I asked her if she felt disappointed after we moved into the house. Honey, aren't you disappointed we didn't go on a honeymoon? Everyone says this is the only time you can take a long trip. Why can't we take a trip? We can go later. You're busy, and I'm busy with work these days. If we suddenly went on a trip now, I feel like I wouldn't be able to concentrate. But still, this is a chance to travel without a care in the world. It's what everyone dreams of. You really don't have much ambition. Later? Seriously, when we have more free time, we'll go then. What's the problem? We have so much life ahead of us. I found it a little unusual that my wife insisted on not going on a honeymoon, which everyone else goes on. But she said it was all for me, so I just felt grateful. 2 weeks later, we decided to visit our in-laws. Since our schedules were tight, we thought we wouldn't be able to visit during the upcoming Chuseok holiday, so we decided to go beforehand. We were on the train when, just a few stops later, my sister called. My wife was asleep at the time, so I quietly answered the phone, but as soon as I answered, my sister spoke urgently. Deoksu, are you with your wife? Don't say anything, just answer my questions. Just answer. Huh. Huh. Why? Only answer what I ask. Got it? You need to get off at the next station immediately. Do you understand? Get off at the next station and call me right away. And don't get off with your wife, make sure you get off alone. Why? What's wrong, sis? Just don't say anything and get off alone, quietly. Got it? Please, Deoksu, just listen to your sister this one time. You absolutely cannot tell her. Get off at the next station and call me. Don't say anything. If you understand, just say yes. Quickly. Huh. Hurry. Yes. Hearing my sister speak so frantically, I couldn't understand what was going on. Anyone could tell from her voice that something was wrong. So, I thought about it until the next station arrived. Should I wake my wife and get off together? Should I tell her and get off? I hesitated, but an uneasy feeling made me get off the train alone. The moment I got off, I called my sister immediately. The phone rang only a few times before she picked up. Sis, what is it? What's wrong? Why did you tell me to get off without telling my wife? Deoksu, you're alone, right? You didn't tell her, right? Yes, I'm alone, but what on earth is it? What happened that you told me not to say anything? Tell me. Deoksu, how do I tell you this? That person, your wife, she lied about everything. She is wanted by the police. Wanted. At my sister's words, I felt like my feet were frozen solid. Wanted by the police. I couldn't believe that my wife, who seemed to be living a perfectly honest and good life, was wanted. When I remained silent, stunned and in shock, my sister told me everything. Hearing what she said, I collapsed right there. Sis, what are you talking about? Are you sure you didn't see something wrong? I couldn't shake the suspicion, so I had a private detective look into it. It turns out she has multiple previous convictions for fraud. This time, she committed fraud again, and is currently wanted because she didn't show up for the investigation, and she was married before. Did you know that? What did you say? It seems these days, if you pay, private detectives can find out almost any information. My sister looked into everything, going to her hometown, and an incredible truth was hidden there. It wasn't my wife who worked at the big corporation, it was her younger sister. My wife had been deceiving me using her sister's identity. My sister then sent me all the documents she had gathered. I was absolutely horrified as I looked through the evidence. My sister-in-law and my wife looked very similar. That's why I hadn't suspected anything even when I saw my wife's ID before. Everything my wife had told me was a lie. Knowing that, I was so shocked that I couldn't move at all. I sat on the corner of the train station platform for a long time. After a while, my wife called. Since I had disappeared, she immediately called me. Honey, where are you? Where did you go? Did you go to the bathroom? I waited a long time, but you didn't come back. Oh, well, honey, I got off the train. What? Got off the train? What is it, suddenly? Why? Well, my sister called. She suddenly collapsed while working. She's in the hospital, so, what? Why didn't you tell me? Then I should go, too. Where is it? I'll go right now. No, my sister woke up and called me, and we talked. I was going to take the next train, but I feel like I have to go to her. You're almost there, so you'll have to go to your parents' house alone today. I'm sorry. I'll call you again after I see my sister. Oh, what? Are you really sure you'll be okay? Shouldn't I go right away, too? No, I'm truly fine. Don't worry. I can go see her. Don't worry about it. Just explain the situation well to your mother and father-in-law. I hung up after making up that excuse. I simply couldn't believe it. The woman I had just spoken to, my wife, was a fraud, who was completely made up of lies. I returned home immediately, where I met my sister and we talked a lot. As we went through the documents piece by piece, it was confirmed that my wife was a fraudster. There were already 3 victims, and I contacted them to verify all the facts. When everything was revealed, fury boiled up inside me. The sense of betrayal that she had deceived me made me angrier than words could describe. The next day, my wife called, worried and saying she should come back up. I told her not to come home but to meet me at a nearby cafe. I suggested meeting my sister for lunch, and my wife readily agreed. We waited at the cafe, and my wife soon arrived. She walked in with a genuinely cheerful expression. Oh, sister-in-law, are you okay? Oh, your face looks terrible. Are you feeling very unwell? Maybe I should have come back yesterday. Did you get any sleep, honey? You must be tired, but why are we meeting outside? Why don't we just eat comfortably at home? As she sat down, my sister just stared at her silently. without showing any expression. My wife looked a little flustered. Why, sister-in-law? What's wrong? Okay, don't you have anything to say to us? Pardon, anything to say? Why are you asking suddenly? You have nothing to say. Really? Wow, I knew you were shameless, but I didn't know you were this brazen. Here, look at this and think again. Do you have anything to say or not? With that, my sister spread out all the documents she had collected onto the table in front of my wife. Only then did my wife's face turn pale. She started trembling and looked panicked. What is this? Where did you get this? Why? Did you think we'd never find out? Young, how could you do this? How could you do this to us? How could you lie about everything from beginning to end and deceive people like this? Oh, no, that's not it. That's not what is not it? I met all the victims you defrauded. How could you commit such acts and then think of marrying into our family? How could you do that? You're a fraudster, trying to marry my brother. How dare you do such a shameless thing? Suddenly, my wife stood up, then immediately knelt and started begging. Sister-in-law, that's not it. I'm truly sorry. It's true that I did wrong, but my feelings for my husband are genuine. I truly love Deoksu. It's true that I was married and committed fraud, but that's just the past. I don't do things like that anymore. I've repented for everything. Repented? That's hilarious. You haven't even gone for the fraud investigation while you're on your honeymoon. What repentance? You're wanted by the police, right? How can a wanted person get married? No, how did you secretly? You've got the wrong person. I knew something was off the first time I saw you. Your eyes were suspicious. Get up right now. Let's go to the police station together, now. Get up. Get up. At my sister's words, my wife panicked even more and suddenly stood up, trying to run out of the cafe. At that very moment, someone grabbed my wife's wrist as she was trying to leave. They called out her name and said, Ms. Moon Ah-young, you are under arrest on charges of fraud. You know you are wanted, right? What is this? Me. Let me go. What are you doing suddenly? You have the right to remain silent and the right to an attorney. Anything you say from this moment forward can be used against you in court. Then, two police officers grabbed my wife's arms from either side. She screamed and looked at me. Honey. Help me, please, save me. Honey, this isn't it. This isn't true. Let go of me. Moon Ah-young, it's over now. You need to go in for questioning. If you continue to resist, it will only cause more problems. Please come with us now, honey. Ultimately, my wife was led away and arrested by the police. Watching that sight, I felt all the anger in my body erupt at once. It was only after seeing her dragged away that all the strength drained from my legs, and I collapsed. My wife was investigated for 3 counts of fraud. All charges were acknowledged, and she was sentenced to prison. I also sued my wife. Fortunately, the marriage registration had not yet been filed. Honestly, even while dealing with the lawsuit, I couldn't pull myself together. Who could keep their mind straight in that situation? It felt like I had been stabbed in the back by the person I trusted most. My wife sent me a few letters afterward, but I didn't open any of them. Just seeing the envelope with her 3-letter name on, it made me feel dizzy and suffocated. My sister and I had to undergo psychiatric treatment for a while. Everything felt foggy, like a bad dream. I couldn't sleep well, and every day was incredibly hard. Even amidst all that, my sister only worried about me. Despite being severely shocked herself, she took care of me. As they say, time heals all wounds, and after a certain period, I started to recover my daily life. That's when the person I was most grateful for came to mind, my sister. I told my sister how truly thankful I was. Sis, thank you. Honestly, if it weren't for you, I would still be being deceived right now. If we had already registered the marriage, I might have just given up and endured it. Sis, thank you so much. I wouldn't have been able to get through this without you. Deoksu, these things happen in life. Of course, this incident was shocking and huge, but we can overcome it, we can endure it. So, let's just try to be strong a little longer. After the incident was completely resolved, my sister and I cleared out our old home and moved to a different location. I also changed hospitals, leaving our former lives behind. As I gradually sorted things out, my heart slowly started to settle. I also became much more careful about relationships than before. I used to open my heart and give everything away, but these days, I've become very cautious. It's been 2 years since that incident. Over those 2 years, both my sister and I have healed significantly, and now we are living our lives, finding small joys. The biggest change is my sister. She was someone who had given up marriage, saying she would dedicate her life to protecting me. Do you know who she's meeting these days? She's dating a boyfriend. Her boyfriend is an incredibly good person. He knows everything about the incident that happened to me, and he's such a good man that he openly disclosed all his personal information first. Having such a reliable and warm person by my sister's side makes me happier than anything else. So, I've changed my goal for the future. For the rest of my life, I want to live for my sister, just as she sacrificed for me. My sister is getting married soon. I sincerely hope that all of you will cheer her on, so that she can live the rest of her life happily. As for me, I've mostly let go of the idea of marriage. Of course, I would love to have a good family, but I have my sister, who is my greatest supporter, so I feel that this is enough for now. From now on, I plan to cherish my work and my family and live my life that way. I know many people are struggling these days. More than anything, many are suffering because their hearts are heavy. Since I work at a hospital, I see many people who are overwhelmed by emotional pain and get caught up in various incidents. After going through such a massive ordeal myself, the first thing I realized was I need to start living while putting myself first. I've noticed that most people who get hurt are those who prioritize others and think more about them, and these kind-hearted people often end up getting hurt by those who take advantage of their thoughtfulness. So, instead of that mindset, I believe it's important to focus on myself, prioritize myself, take care of myself, and find happiness. I hope all of you who are still struggling will love and cherish yourselves and find happiness. This is where I'll end my story. Thank you for listening so far. Please stay healthy and be happy, everyone.